And that leaves us with Tottenham Hotspur. Now, are they going to appoint someone before the end of the season? Should they? Will they wait for the summer? But if they're going up against whether it's Real Madrid or whoever that are looking for a manager, why would you go to Spurs if they're not in the Champions League when you have other options available? So, first of all, should Spurs be trying to get an appointment, given who's out there right now, before the end of the season, before other teams might be looking?
Well, I think considering who's available and the other job that might be available other than the Spurs one, I think you have to make a decision whether you want somebody or not, first of all. And if you do, here's what I would do. I wouldn't go and get a Nagelsmann, say, and have him sitting in the bench next week coaching the team. I wouldn't do
Okay,
that. I
why
would
not?
try and I would try and secure him and let him take his time, let him decompose after losing his job at Bayern Munich. Let him quietly and assuredly go through Tottenham's squad, look at videos of the team. He's not going to come in now and try and change the way they play, change systems. I mean, we what 10 minutes? Is it 10 games to go, something like that? That's not. I don't think that would be a good idea. Let Ryan Mason or whoever it is coach the team to the end of the season, and if you can secure your next manager, then you can have him on the outside looking in, going through everything that happens at the club, so that when he comes in pre-season, he's ready to hit the ground running, knows exactly what he wants, knows exactly what he's got. They can talk to him about transfers. You know, so for me, if it's a Nagelsmann, if it's a Pochettino, or regardless of who it is, secure him now because maybe somebody else wants him, and then give him some time to get himself together and figure out the club, whilst the coaches that are there are trying to get in that top four. And I don't really think right now that it matters too much who coaches Spurs. Spurs are a side who, from one game to the next, you're not sure what you're going to get. And I don't see that changing with it, the change of manager. The team is what it is. It needs changing. The personnel needs changing. They need a new style. They need so many things. So right now, leave it in the hands of the coaches that are there. Try and get that top four spot, and then, as I said, if you've got a coach ready to get going pre-season, then on you go.
I can understand that if it's done on the QT and if it's done on the quiet and it doesn't get out, but things get out in football. What happens if Ryan Mason loses lots of games? Nagelsmann's just sitting there having a look behind the scenes. I understand that. It's difficult. Is there one person out there that would be an ideal fit for Spurs right now?
Well, I think it would be Nagelsmann. Nagelsmann's got a reputation with building. He did it at Hoffenheim, with Leipzig. So Bayern was a different kettle of fish. But I think this guy, being 35, I think he would love to get his teeth into building a team like Spurs. I mean, let's be honest. Is he really ready to go from Bayern Munich having failed because he failed to a Real Madrid or any other huge job that would become available between now and the end of the season? Is he really ready for that? I don't think so. I see him more of a guy that you could put in and say, right, here's a plan. Let's build. Let's take our time. Let's do it properly. Build from the bottom up. Nagelsmann is your guy. I think Nagelsmann would be perfect for that. Perfect to do a similar job that Pochettino did when he went into Spurs. That's what he did. He built them, and they grew steadily. They got to a Champions League final. Unfortunately, after that, it kind of fell apart a little bit. But why not do the same with Nagelsmann? That would be what I would do if it was my choice.
Okay. Why can't Pochettino do again at Spurs what he's already done?
The old going, the old going back. It's never the same. How
Mm.
do you put your finger on that? To say that to somebody and say, well, it never works when you go back, and they say why. It's very difficult to put your finger on the reasons. But for everybody who's gone back, whether it's a coach or a player, it never works. It just doesn't work. And I quite honestly, I'm not so sure that you can have the same relationship with your chairman, having been sacked by them, having been given the worst news for any coach. No, thank you. We don't want you anymore. I don't see that. You don't just go back and say, "Oh, let's start again," and everything's rosy. It doesn't work that way. So I wouldn't. I don't see Pochettino at Spurs again. I absolutely don't see it, and I don't think it would work.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.